6:40 evening show, man, it's all to the hood. Cornelius Green, that's the OG. He the one that got me plugged.
So wait, Shy-O, man, my music like a drug.
Left Scarlet and Gray all day. Did I make somebody talk about they really wanna stand around? 6:40, did it get shorty? Did I make the mama talk about she wanna get down? You're presidential, you are residential. Why you look at me like you really want that wall? If you know what I know, or if you do what I know, you be looking like, bro, it's time for you to go. It's the bobbity boobity boobity bobbity ziggity zing ziggity zow. Zoozos and wormers and wormers and zoozos and people be looking like he's sitting down. The fire that I really admire. When I listen to the 46 or the 640, your honor, I'm a bomb like Sarah Connor. Do you even know what I am saying? There is a reason they call me this brother, cause I am about to go super saiyan.
I said
I'm a bomb like Sarah Connor. Do you even know what I am saying? There is a reason they call me this brother, cause I am about to go super saiyan. The 640, now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way, man. The 640, now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way. I've been grinding all day, hustling all night. Get this music on these streets. I'm trying to do it. Alright, it's not a record try, you gotta do. Listen to me, bro, you gotta act the fool.
when you're flipping and flopping and there is no stopping, sometimes you gotta take them to school.
Let me calm down, let me chill for a second, cause I'm wildin' out, if you know what I mean. Cause my flows is off of the top of the dome, it's like a drone that's going insane. To the membrane, like I was a separate to hill. Get 'em up, then I make another brother to go about this. So why don't are you for real?
I'm crazy, psycho, make you dance like Michael Jackson. When I'm rapping, it'll make you grab your rifle.
So please tune in to 640, man. I'm the type of guy to take your shorty, and I'm desperado. Nothing but love, man. I really do got nothing but love for you. Appreciate everything. This one's for y'all. Got you. Thank you. Here we go. The 640. Now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way, man. For the 640. Now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way, man. The 640, now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way, man. For the 640, now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way, man. Step with Lawrence Johnson, now it's all to the good. The 640 evening show, man, it's all to the hood. Cornelius Green, that's the OG. He the one that got me plugged.
So wait, Shy-O, man, my music like a drug.
Left Scarlet and Gray all day. Did I make somebody talk about they really wanna stand around? 640, did it get shorty? Did I make the mama talk about she wanna get down? You're presidential, you are residential. Why you look at me like you really want that wall? If you know what I know, or if you do what I know, you be looking like, bro, it's time for you to go. It's the bobbity boobity boobity bobbity ziggity zing ziggity zow. Zoozos and wormers and zoozos and people be looking like he's sitting down. The fire that I really admire. When I listen to the 46 or the 640, your honor, I'm a bomb like Sarah Connor. Do you even know what I am saying? There is a reason they call me this brother, cause I am about to go super saiyan.
I said
I'm a bomb like Sarah Connor. Do you even know what I am saying? There is a reason they call me this brother, cause I am about to go super saiyan. The 640, now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way, man. For the 640, now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way. I've been grinding all day, hustling all night. Get this music on these streets. I'm trying to do it. Alright, it's not a record try, you gotta do. Listen to me, bro, you gotta act the fool.
when you're flipping and flopping and there is no stopping, sometimes you gotta take them to school.
Let me calm down, let me chill for a second, cause I'm wildin' out, if you know what I mean. Cause my flows is off of the top of the dome, it's like a drone that's going insane. To the membrane, like I was a separate to hill. Get 'em up, then I make another brother to go about this. So why don't are you for real?
I'm crazy, psycho, make you dance like Michael Jackson. When I'm rapping, it'll make you grab your rifle.
So please tune in to 640, man. I'm the type of guy to take your shorty, and I'm desperado. love, man. I really do got nothing but love for you. Appreciate everything. This one's for y'all. Got you. Thank you. So we go.
The 640. Now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way, man. For the 640. Now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way, man. The 640. Now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way, man. For the 640. Now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way, man. Step with Lawrence Johnson, now it's all to the good. The 640 evening show, man, it's all to the hood. Cornelius Green, that's the OG. He the one that got me plugged. So wait, shy-o, man, my music like a drug. That's Scarlet and Gray all day. Did I make somebody talk about they really wanna stand around? The 640, did it get short? Did I make the mama talk about she wanna get down? You're presidential, you are residential. Why you look at me like you really want that wall? If you know what I know, or if you do what I know, you be looking like bro, it's time for you to go. It's the bobbity boobity boobity bobbity ziggity zing ziggity zow. Zoozos and women and zoozos and people be looking like he's putting down. The fire that I really admire. When I listen to the 46 or the 640, your honor, I'm a bomb like Sarah Connor. Do you even know what I am saying? There is a reason they call me Desperado, cause I am about to go super saiyan. I said I'm a bomb like Sarah Connor. Do you even know what I am saying? There is a reason they call me Desperado, cause I am about to go super saiyan. The 640. Now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way, man. For the 640. Now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way. I've been grinding all day, hustling all night. Get this music on these streets. I'm trying to do it. Alright, it's not alright to try, you gotta do. Listen to me, bro, you gotta act the fool. When you're flipping and flopping and there is no stopping, sometimes you gotta take up the school. Let me calm down, let me chill for a second, cause I'm wildin' out, if you know what I mean. Cause my flows is off of the top of the dome, it's like a drone that's going insane. To the membrane, like I was a cypress to hill. Get 'em up, then I'll make another brother to go about this for water. Are you for real? I'm crazy, psycho, make you dance like Michael Jackson. When I'm rapping, it'll make you grab your rifle. So please tune in to 640, man. I'm the type of guy to take your shorty, and I'm desperado. Nothing but love, man. I really do got nothing but love for you. Appreciate everything. This one's for y'all. Got you. Thank you. So we go. The 640. Now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way, man. For the 640. Now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way, man. Step with Lawrence Johnson, now it's all to the good. The 640 evening show, man, it's all to the hood. Cornelius Green, that's the OG. He the one that got me plugged. So wait, shy-o, man, my music like a drug. That's Scarlet and Gray all day. Did I make somebody talk about they really wanna stand around? The 640, did it get short? Did I make the mama talk about she wanna get down? You're presidential, you are residential. Why you look at me like you really want that wall? If you know what I know, or if you do what I know, you be looking like bro, it's time for you to go. It's the bobbity boobity boobity bobbity ziggity zing ziggity zow. Zoozos and women and zoozos and people be looking like he's putting down. The fire that I really admire. When I listen to the 46 or the 640, your honor, I'm a bomb like Sarah Connor. Do you even know what I am saying? There is a reason they call me Desperado, cause I am about to go super saiyan. I said I'm a bomb like Sarah Connor. Do you even know what I am saying? There is a reason they call me Desperado, cause I am about to go super saiyan. The 640. Now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way, man. For the 640. Now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way. I've been grinding
hustling all night. Get this music on these streets. I'm trying to do it. Alright, it's not alright to try, you gotta do. Listen to me, bro, you gotta act the fool.
When you're flipping and flopping and there is no stopping, sometimes you gotta take them to school.
Let me calm down, let me chill for a second, cause I'm wildin' out, if you know what I mean. My flows is off of the top of the dome, it's like a drone that's going insane. To the membrane, like I was a separate as hill. Get 'em up, then I'll make another brother to go about this for water. Are you for real?
I'm crazy, psycho, make you dance like Michael Jackson. When I'm rapping, it'll make you grab your rifle.
So please tune in to 640, man. I'm the type of guy to take your shorty, and I'm desperado. Nothing but love, man. I really do got nothing but love for you. Appreciate everything. This one's for y'all. Got you. Thank you. Here we go. The 640. Now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way, man. For the 640. Now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way, man. The 640. Now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way, man. For the 640. Now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way, man. Step with Orange Johnson, now it's all to the good. The 640 evening show, man, it's all to the hood. Cornelius Green, that's the OG. He the one that got me plugged.
So wait, shy-o, playing my music like a drug.
Let's go in the gray all day. Did I mess somebody talking about they really want to stand around?
Hey, what up, ladies and gentlemen? It's DJ 640. This is the 640 Evening Show. Man, I tell you, boy, rain is a mother. I tell you what, that Mother Nature, what she won't do. But T, I'm so glad you hit me up and you told me everything was going, the music was going on and everything, because I saw a bad accident. And I swear I thought that was your car, man. But so, you know, ain't nothing else really matters right now. Everything's cool. Hey, last week, 640 was ahead, but Big T held it down. And we had a very, 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 very devastating tragedy in the world, in the sports world, especially within the NBA. But it was almost probably glad, as a good thing that I wasn't here, because, you know, as the conspiracist person that I am, I had things that I wanted to say that I probably shouldn't have said. Let that man rest in peace and let this thing pretty much go away the way it should be going, and let everything happen the way it should happen. Gayle King, she said some things like that. It's like we reliving this whole argument over and over again. Donald Trump is back in the White House. What else can I say? It's a whole bunch of things that's going on. I'm DJ 640. Robin, thank you for hanging in there. I appreciate you being in there. Big T is in the building, Randell. Lawence is up in here. We about to do our thing. Ladies and gentlemen, Sweet 16, take us to the tip top. Let's hit the front desk.
Evening show featuring my daddy, DJ 640. Hey!
All right. Hey, what's going on? It's the 640 Evening Show. It's Thursday. We're all here. We got a couple more guests that are coming in a few minutes. C-Sean's here, along with 640 and myself. Hey, it's your man T. What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm good.
What's going on, sweetie?
Ready to roll.
Everything all right?
Everything is good.
Everything's good. All right. Don't forget to check C-Shine out on
Tomorrow, February the 7th,
at
at 8 o'clock.
on.
Oh, you talking about the show? I'm talking about my dance. My dance class is tomorrow at 7. I mean at 8.
What dance class? I ain't know
You talking
about the
about
dance
the radio?
class.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you can check me out on WPFW.
All right. And
Wednesdays.
And
At
what
7
time?
p.m.
It's
a lot. I have a lot going
And
on.
you have something going on Friday.
Yes, and I have something going on.
What's going on
tomorrow.
Friday?
The heels dance class.
Okay, we're going to talk about
What's
that.
that?
Right.
Cool.
All
What's
right.
that?
When you dance in your heels.
Oh, I got my heels on today.
Ooh.
Yeah, you do, Prince. Man, I saw him get out of the car. I was like, look at Prince. He's alive. He's growing a few inches, too. Terrell didn't believe it. He's like, I don't believe that, man. I said, man, he got the old style clicking of the heels going on. The cowboy boots, actual ones. Look like a piece of furniture from the calf down. I don't know, man. We'll talk about that later.
I got a problem.
It's
You know?
Y'all got a problem.
all day. All day. All right. We're sitting here right now. We're sitting here with independent producer, independent director, extraordinaire, good friend of ours, Mr. Randell. Lawence. Randell, how you doing, man?
I'm great, man. I can't complain.
Thank you for
All is
coming
well.
in.
Thank you. You're welcome, man.
I know one person is going to be completely excited is Robin Bland Lewis. She'll be calling in. But don't call in just yet, Robin, because we're going to show you something real quick. We told you that he's a producer, director, has his hands in independent films. He's got 2 films that are already in the can and been playing.
Yeah.
Give those 2 names again.
The first short film was Kelly. The first feature film was Second Chance. The third feature film was
that
Water with a Slice of Lemon.
Right.
And I just finished up another short film called Night Before Day.
Night Before Day.
Yeah.
Is that what we have right now?
That's what you have right now, yeah.
We're gonna do, instead of running our miles, because we're running a little bit late,
That's the trailer.
we're gonna run this trailer real quick and let you see for yourselves. If you have any questions for Randell Lawence, please call in at 240-719-2560. But let's run that trailer real quick. We'll be right back on the 640 Evening Show.
Let's run the trailer.
Let's run the trailer.
Yes, I have a moment, but Dr. Lee, I did express to your staff that that's my guy right here, man.
You picked some crazy pictures. Hello? Well, this is Mrs. Posey. Hold on. She wants to talk to you.
Hello, this is Mr. Posey.
Good morning, Mr. Posey. This is Dr. Lee calling from the Washington Hospital Center. I'd like to go over your results with you. Do you have a moment, please?
Yes, I have a moment, but Dr. Lee, I did express to your staff that it was okay to send all medical records through, and information rather, through my wife.
Yes, sir. I wasn't aware of that. However, I will note your medical records and we will move forward in that manner. Is Mrs. Posey available to go over the results with you?
Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to inform you, Mr. Posey, that the results that came back from your blood work leaves me some concern. And so I want to have my specialist to contact you to schedule an appointment for a CT scan. Will that be okay with you, sir?
Yeah, okay.
Yes, that'll be fine.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for calling.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye. It's gonna be okay. Hey, it's gonna be okay.
It's always something.
All right.
It's my guy right here, man.
That. Oh, we got the sound now. All right, well, you know, who wrote that?
It was written by Rita Posey. She's an author.
Oh, real last name?
Rita Posey?
Yeah, so same last name as the characters.
Yes. Yes.
That's what's up. You know, Randell, we had a few people that came in here before with producers and into the videos and the movies and stuff like that. Y'all think I'm messing around, and I keep telling y'all I want to be in these movies. This time I'm giving you the pen. I want you to sign me today. I want to be in your next movie, and I want to be in the next movie project for you on the screen. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I got you. I understood what you were saying the last time. So. I got you.
I agree. If you need an actress, I'm very diverse.
All right, I understand. Thank you.
I'm not going to ask for any positions right now. I think I'll just go ahead and make some money off them and manage them.
That's nice. That was nice, man. That was really nice, man. I can see, man. You have so many. Like I said, I was with the first one.
Second chance.
Second chance is great.
Right. Second chance, and then I missed these other projects and stuff that you didn't, and then I would have missed this one if we wouldn't.
So this one's not even this one. We just got finished doing this one. We in the editing process, but the good thing about Second Chance, we're following that up with Second Chance Redemption right after this.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, so Redemption's coming right after this.
Yeah.
So you're basically you on a roll right now in terms of how you're flowing through your stuff right now.
I want to say it's a roll. I mean, it's there for me to utilize. So
is it hard trying to maintain independent status while you're trying to maintain a life? While you're trying,
it's very hard.
You know.
Yeah, it's very hard. It's very hard, especially if you're involved in a relationship or a marriage. Right. It's extremely hard. Yeah, you have to. You have Jesus' sister as a wife, because she is just like supporting you through this whole thing, man. Everything's going okay? Yeah, we good.
Okay.
Good.
Do you travel for shooting?
Well, now I live in Philly. I'm originally from Washington, D.C. I was living in York at a short period, for about 10 years, and we just moved to Philly. The last film we shot was in Waldorf, so I was back and forth.
I live in Waldorf, so...
Yeah, and Second Chance Redemption is actually based in D.C., so we'll be filming that in D.C. as well.
I work in D.C.?
I gave you a number. Were you able to get in contact with...
I tried to call him today.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I figured that you would since you were in town or whatever.
Yeah, I tried to call him today.
We're gonna call him off camera.
Okay,
and,
that's cool.
and get you guys hooked up so next time I can have you both on together.
I felt kind of bad because when I called in, I'm thinking that you were in the background, and I was saying, "Hey, what's up to you?" and didn't realize he was in the back.
We were doing the interview. We were trying, but we were having some problems with the lines, so. You really couldn't hear. We couldn't hear exactly everything that you were saying, and you couldn't hear everything that we were saying. So we got that straight now because my man Terrell's in the building, and Terrell did his thing, and Stan came in and did his thing, and Red, you doing your thing. So we now all connected through the phones. With the new movie, what were some of the pitfalls that you avoided from the first two movies? Because I know as you do this, you learn a lot.
Stop trying to do everything by myself. I try to do every single, and learning as I go. And that was just, instead of just allowing people to help or take control or whatever it was that they were good at, I was trying to do it all by myself.
What's your sign?
Gemini.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. Ladies and gentlemen, the Geminis take over.
Oh, man.
This is Gemini takeover night on the 640 evening show.
Is it?
You got 640, you got my man Randell Lawence.
Gemini.
You know, I got.
You a Libra?
I am a Taurus.
Taurus. Oh.
I actually have
difference.
with this next project, Second Chance Redemption. I included Gil Nelson to come in and do some writing too as well. I don't know if you guys, you are familiar. I know you guys are familiar with Gil. He's a up and coming independent writer, screenplay writer from DC.
Okay.
So he's actually co-starring in the movie Second Chance Redemption too, along with Fahim Sadiq.
I got a couple questions.
Go ahead.
How long is the film?
Which one?
This one.
To be honest with you, we're not sure how long it is. I think it's a short. It's a good length short.
Okay.
Probably, I want to say 35, 40 minutes, I want to say.
And how long did it take you to shoot it?
About a year. Because we were just shooting on weekends, on a weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That movie is starring Fahim Sadiq and Simone Walker and a cast load of other creative, up-and-coming independent filmmakers too as well.
That's what's up, man.
So who was your casting agent?
For this one, it was Simone Walker.
Okay.
Yeah, she's actually starring in the movie too as Rita.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what we're doing right now is, do you have anything else that's in the works right now that you have any type of clips on or anything like that? Or are you waiting right now to put some more?
Well, that one is just just finished. We actually started filming Second Chance Redemption while we were in the middle of filming that. We did something.
How difficult is that?
It wasn't difficult at all.
Okay,
with us, it wasn't difficult because we love what we do. We actually shot scenes in New York City for Second Chance Redemption.
Right,
and we shot in Philly too.
So it's two different projects?
Yeah, it's two different. Yeah, it's two different projects completely. Yeah, we actually love what we do. Like if you love what you do, it's real easy. Yeah, it's real easy.
Well, we're gonna take a quick break.
That's cool.
We're gonna take a music. You got any music that you want to play?
I always got music, but let me ask you a question for you before
ahead.
I go. Well, I know I got it on my mind because I forget. Like I just almost did. But like when your music, when the videos and the movies are finished, right? The films, how can they find them at? What do you?
So we usually do premieres. Me right now for myself, it seems like I'm holding on to my stuff because I want to submit myself as a package deal. I don't have anything against what anybody else does, but you're not gonna give me no 70-30 deal or no. You're not gonna take 70% and I take 30%. I can't do that.
All the work.
Yeah, after I done did all the work. So I'd rather just hold on to my stuff, and when I get the right number or when I find somebody that's financially in a good position to take everything that I have and give me my one lump sum.
Let me ask you a question with that. I'm gonna piggyback on that. This is as far as with the business is concerned, and you can just answer it if you want to, because I'm quite sure you went down this line before. So with that being said, do the deals come in that you are not willing to accept? Those are the ones that come in first.
Yeah, it's gonna always be somebody that wants to take full control over, creative control over your work that you don't already put emphasis. Now it's up to you to say yes or no.
Right.
If you the definition of an independent filmmaker is you're independent. You have creative control over everything that you do. You don't. To me, you don't have to jump on the first thing that comes your way.
But how often does the second and third offers and stuff come after you get it?
Well, if you know you have a good product, it's just like anything. If you have a good product, the price will come. You just got to be patient.
Because the reason why I said that, because that's the same thing that happened in with Friday with Ice Cube, when he was quick to give that project up. He sold it for $1 million, and it just sees he has no control over it now.
Yeah, and that's something that I don't want to go through.
Right.
I'm not sitting right here sacrificing half of everything that I have for you to walk away with the majority of the products or the proceeds.
And no promise of anything else coming.
I can't. Yeah, and no promise of anything else coming, and not even giving me creative control over it. So,
and that happens a lot in the business.
Yeah, it happens a lot. It happens a lot because a lot of people just want to rush and jump, and a lot of people just the money aspect.
Right.
Yeah. And I don't have anything against, but it's just I'm not gonna go through that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Hey, we're gonna come right back in a minute, man, with my man Randell Lawence, independent producer, filmmaker, and overall Renaissance man, because he does a whole lot of other things. We're gonna get into that too. And then we also have the return of the reparation conversation. You don't want to miss that, man. This is the 640 Evening Show here with 640, C. Shine, myself T. We'll be right back.
Don't you want to be my friend or what?
Be anything to you. Psych. I mean, not no psych for that, but, you know.
Okay, we're rolling.
"21's up." It's like I'm recycling. Feelings is bottled up. Don't need no recycle bin. The green is going up. Throw my treasure in the cup. Yeah, it's like I'm recycling. Feelings is bottled up. Don't need no recycle bin. The green is going up. Throw my treasure in the cup. Yeah, I'm in the cut. Stitched up, won't let these feelings block my grind. No matter what. Trays up, I got 3 mics that'll leave you blind. Little mama, you ain't gotta see me shine. You saw me coming with the third eye, so you saw me fly. No doubt about it, about it. Cause chemistry say we ain't got no limit. You got them jeans showing that piece, that'll put a master in it. Cause you ain't gotta give me life, my green hornet. And you ain't gotta take that ride, I most want it. Call me green guy, big mean guy. Hope I won't hurt you. Clean guy, Mr. Not waste my time, cause I would love to see you smiling company. Well, let you take the wheel to some demeanor, but like to see your days on repeat. It's like I'm recycling. Feelings is bottled up. Don't need no recycle bin. The green is going up. Throw my treasure in the cup. Yeah, it's like I'm recycling. Feelings is bottled up. Don't need no recycle bin. The green is going up. Throw my treasure in the cup. Yeah, it's like I'm fresh out the womb, a baby without a spoon. Devil grabbing at my feet as I sing prayers to the moon. Thought I knew what was coming in circles. It got me running mine in the dark place from waking up the pistols by the hood. Fights, gang jumpings, ain't trying to get into nothing. But my attitude won't let me stand for nobody bluffing. Man, fuck it, I gotta learn to live and let go. I dropped this fondue twisted sheet around 2 grams of that dro. This life is crazy, what it made me. Should I really be proud? When this world can make me feel like I'm a motherless child. My right hand make me feel like he gon' leave me for dead. And my girl make me think that she gon' turn to the feds. Feelings is bottled up. Don't need no recycle bin. The green is going up. Throw my treasure in the cup. Yeah, it's like I'm recycling. Feelings is bottled up. Don't need no recycle bin. The green is going up. Throw my treasure in the cup. Yeah.
This gift, God gave me this gift to use it, wrapped perfect in its own perfection. This gift has all the answers. I gotta stay focused but still stay sane. Popping off cause I got voices in my brain. The universe already paved the way. Patience is the key, it's right in front of me. Came a long way from being broken. Now it's time, I gotta stay focused. Third eye, balance, meditate.
It's like I'm recycling. Feelings is bottled up. Don't need no recycle bin. The green is going up. Throw my treasure in the cup. Yeah, it's like I'm recycling. Feelings is bottled up. Don't need no recycle bin. The green is going up. Throw my treasure in the cup. Yeah.
for my favorite DJ in the world. It's been like 2.5.
Come on, Gerard, it's 7:30. Oh, Sam, what time is it? Well, it's almost 8. Get up if you're going to church.
Oh, Daddy, you the best. Oh, do it again.
Okay, you're back on 5.
Y'all listening to?
Man, that DJ 640 don't know how to act, man. They gonna get ran over by FCC rules. They gonna be like, you know what? Even though it's streaming,
But
man,
I think she
y'all
just
can't
said,
do
sock
that.
it to me.
Sock it to me.
Sock it to me with the reparations.
We're back here on the 640 Evening Show here on VoxWave.com.
FCC just calling now.
And we are going to take a phone call real quick before we go back to Randell Lawence. What's up going on, phone call? I knew that was you, Robin. How you doing? We're hanging in there. What's going on with you? Okay.
Hi, Robin. I am perfect.
Yeah, you're doing a whole bunch of great things.
I'm trying.
How's the baby of yours?
Huh?
How's the baby?
Perfect. An angel.
Well, I'm not going to take up everybody's time. Mr. Randell Lawrence,
Yes, ma'am.
congratulations on all your wonderful projects that you're doing.
Thank you, Ms. Rob.
My question to you is that where can we watch this? Where can we see your work?
Well, Night Before Day has just got finished. We just finished filming it, so it's in the process of being edited. When I receive the information, well, you can go and read the Posey's page, and I'm pretty sure within the next few weeks, she'll have the information posted for the red carpet event.
Okay, great.
Can you spell that? Can you spell her name real quick?
Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you, I appreciate it.
We just had an uptown moment.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, Robin. I appreciate if you can give us a call back in about 15 minutes for our next guest too.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
I know for some reason you guys get home safe. It's nasty out there.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right, sweet.
Thank you, Ms. Robin.
That's Robin Bland Lewis, head of our blog department. She also monitors us from outside. That's like the voice of God. What are you doing? I don't know. I don't know. Sitting here talking with Randell Lawrence about some things. We were talking about some stuff off camera. But most importantly, what you just talked about with Robin. Right?
Rita Posley, Ritaposey.
Thank you, Rita.
Fahim has always got my back.
There you go,
Thanks,
Rita.
Fahim.
He was like, oh.
I didn't want to mess the name up.
Look, get in contact with that page, and you'll get an opportunity to get a bigger sneak preview of the movie.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, where can people find your older work?
You can inbox me if you want me to send you DVDs. Like I said, I'm independent. I'm that Master P type. I want all mine.
And that's on the Randell.
Yeah, I want all mine.
That's on the Randell.
He's selling it out the trunk, baby. He's selling it out the trunk.
DM you where?
On the Randell Lawrence page?
Yeah, on the Randell Lawrence page.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna give everybody that again in a minute, okay? So that everybody understands how they get in contact with you.
Yeah, just message me through Facebook or Instagram.
My last question, I don't know if they have any more questions. My last question is going to be, where can they come and see you do your work in terms of, because you got a lot of people that don't know, and a couple people we know stumbled across you as you were in the city filming Second Chance.
Oh.
They stumbled across. I literally stumbled across.
Your question was, where can they come see me work?
Yeah, they want to see. They want to see you. They want to see the film because you can stand back off and actually see the film.
The majority of the time, if we're outside, like we really don't. Yes, I do. To a certain degree.
You carved it off a little bit. I know.
Yeah, we cut it off a little. I really don't mind. If we're outside, I really don't mind. But if we're inside, I don't have like.
You have.
Yeah.
I got you.
Like these actors really, really, really have to take time and focus on their work, and sometimes The littlest things can be distracted.
So Leroy Hainsworth, that answers your question that he asked me. Leroy asked me that like last week. So you had Randell on. Hold on, what's going on? I want to go see him. I want to see him do his thing. I'm like, now you know, Leroy, that you can't just walk up on there
just walk up
and tap people on the show. Hey man, what you doing? It's not Emory. We're not Emory. You guys got any more questions?
Yeah, I was gonna ask him. Is your pretty much your subject matters of your movies? Do you pretty much have a thing?
Well, for Night Before Day, it was actually based on how do you cope with death. Rita can, if you guys look on her page or inbox her, she can fill you up with all the information that you need. About
that's one that's completed, or
that's the one we just completed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
I actually have her book out.
Okay.
I'm gonna run out and bring it back in.
Oh, okay. And the other thing is like some in your movies.
Second Chance Redemption was based on the gentrified things that went on back in the early '80s that we didn't get involved with us as. Because we didn't have proper information. Like these houses on Florida Avenue that was $10,000 and $20,000 now that's worth like $1 million, and they didn't let us be a part of that because lack of information and not knowing. And not knowing. So that was Second Chance Redemption.
Gotcha.
It's based on a lot of other things too in that movie.
Okay. We're gonna go to one more quick break.
Okay.
And we're gonna bring on our next guest.
That's right.
Hang out with us for a little while.
I will.
We'll be right back after this quick break with the revisiting of our reparations talk. We told you we were gonna come back with that. Now we're coming back with it, and we got some things to add on to it.
I think Keith Scott just put up a trailer, A Second Chance, the first. I think that's what that is.
Keith Scott put the trailer up?
I think that's what that is. I think, as a matter of fact, I know that's really what it was.
We're going to see what we can do with this right now. This is how live TV goes. Just hold on for a second. Terrell, you good?
Very first.
We're going to be right back. We're going to see if we can get this trailer rolling after this break. So maybe a little longer break now.
It ain't gonna be that long.
You know what I'm
saying? Keith said, that's the trailer. That's the first trailer of the very first movie.
Okay, we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
You're now in tune to the hottest internet radio show east side of the Potomac, the 640 Evening Show.
Hey.
I could get used to you.
We were just showing you some slides from Second Chance.
Yep.
All right. Thanks for coming to talk to us. We're going to bring you back in a minute.
Oh, no problem.
Okay. Right now, we want to talk about reparations. And the important thing about reparations is that people repay for what they've already taken that they didn't pay for before.
Mm-hmm.
So we're repaying these women back for coming again. Because without them coming, we weren't really talking about reparations. We were just babbling on. So I want to introduce to you Miss Diedra Harris-George, Miss Antoinette Burris. They were on here about 5 or 6 weeks ago talking about reparations. Ladies, welcome back.
We are glad to be here.
Because I know you guys have some more information that's coming out. So we're going to try to give you as much time as possible to let you talk about it. Okay, we're gonna cut you a little short in about 10 minutes so we can make sure that we have everything that we need. Then we're gonna come back and have a quick roundtable discussion. Right, Terrell? We good? Yeah. All right. So, ladies, go right ahead.
Well, I don't know about you, Antoinette, but I am really so glad to be here.
Happy to have you back.
I am so glad to be here with these young people and with Mr. Lawrence.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And I do believe that there is a connection between what you're talking with your movie and some of the conversations around reparations. And basically, I just wanted to bring forward, the last time that I was here, I was saying it would be beneficial for us to have and I've been saying this for years and years, for us to have some sort of Department of Reparations, a division of reparations within the Department of the Interior, something that will address some of the things that, the effects of slavery and what has happened. And so your movie, which speaks directly to gentrification of inner cities, and particularly Washington, D.C., is exactly what reparations seeks to, one of the things that it seeks to address. Some people may say, no, not exactly, but I say yes, because it is an outcome of a terrible institution. So H.R. 40 was introduced by Congresswoman Jackson Lee in the 116th Congress, and basically it is a proposal for reparations for the institution of slavery to address the racial economic discrimination against African Americans and the impact that it has had on the descendants, which is what your movie seeks to address, and to set up a commission that will make recommendations to Congress on appropriate ways to remedy it. And I just think that a lot of people don't even know that H.R. 40 exists, and we need to focus on it. The commission is going to conduct a study to develop a reparations proposal for African Americans to identify some of the problems. Well, we know what the problems are, but a lot of times Congress is disconnected because it's not their life experience. And so it seeks to expose the deprivation of the freedom of African Americans, exploitation of our labor, destruction of our culture, language, religion, our families, but to hold accountable the federal government and state governments in such a way that it has deemed us disenfranchised from so many things. And a lot of times that word disenfranchisement, we get hooked up with that. We get stopped by it and stumbled by it. One of the things that disenfranchisement means to me is the lack of information in a timely manner so that we can formulate and make educated decisions on whether to participate in certain things like what happened on Florida Avenue and the houses. All those things. Education. All those things. Right, Antoinette?
Basically, those...
Exactly.
Go ahead.
I just want to say that reparations are there to correct the original sin of slavery and what it has caused us, the disparity, the difference between what white Americans have and what black Americans have. When white immigrants touch American soil, they received over 1 billion free acres of land. But yet after the Civil War, after General Marshall promised us 40 acres and a mule, we couldn't even receive that. That, I mean, gentrification is they're taking over, and white America says that they are the moral authority of the world. They go into other countries saying that they're moral authority, but they don't practice what they preach.
That's right.
They need to have reparations to correct for their own guilt, for their own conscience, their original sin, and that is reparations is not only the $3 trillion that is supposed to come to us, but it is also the ability to correct what has been made wrong. But they're afraid. They're afraid to give up white privilege. They're afraid to give up the status quo, and they're afraid to give up economic power, because that in turn comes to the gentrification. That's the economic power.
Right.
That's the white privilege.
Let me ask you guys a question.
Yeah. Okay.
With everything that's going on over the last week, in terms of how they're trying to put the president in a position,
The political aspect.
the political aspect of it, direct political aspect of it, how does that translate to people who are not as politically savvy?
Okay, well, I'm going to take you back to this document, H.R. 40. I want people to look up H.R. 40. It speaks directly to the fact that African Americans continue to suffer debilitating economic, educational, and health hardships. All right? There are nearly a million black people incarcerated, and the unemployment rate is more than twice the current, among African Americans, is more than twice the unemployment rate among white Americans, all right? And we have less than 1/16 of the wealth of white families, which is a disparity that is getting worse over time and not improving. So you say, what about folks who are not as politically inclined? One thing I really hope that, okay, I'm gonna go religious on you. The Bible speaks of having a discerning heart. Discernment to me just means, stay woke, okay? And be able to sift through the BS. Now, we heard some BS. I have stopped listening to the man in the White House. I don't even watch anything. He is the only person that I know of, president, who has been on television or radio every single day since he's been in the White House.
That's what he does.
Okay? But you know what? A lot of that is distracting from the truth. And so there was I believe it was a distraction, which is to call out and say, oh, we're going to give HBCUs some money. That's nice. But what happens after people graduate from an HBCU? Where's the guarantee of a job? Where's the guarantee of a home
That whole
loan?
statement right there that he made was a complete distraction, because that was money that they already owed the HBCUs for a year and a half to 2 years, and they were holding that money. He's been holding the money hostage, or Congress, the Senate, you've been holding the money hostage.
That's exactly.
Stop playing.
That's the same thing that's the game plan. That's the same thing that happened in the Ukraine.
But then they give you twice as much money,
else.
but they owed you 4 years of money.
Exactly. So what I want to say is, in staying woke and all those things, all that new terminology, and it's going to change in a minute again
Yes,
too,
it is.
is to realize that it don't mean a thing unless it has that swing. And what does that mean? To me, that means don't listen to what you hear. Wait until you see the actions. Pay attention to what people do in your lifetime, in real time. What is going to happen, for you, for your children, and we do need to look forward and think about the next generations, plural. That's important, but it speaks to exactly what you're talking about.
We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come right
I'm
back.
fired up, Terry.
I know you are. Hold on. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. We're going to go to we got something we can play real quick.
I always got something I can play.
And I'm excited about your movie.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to get that.
Okay.
So what I want to say is your movie needs to be seen by every high school in Washington, D.C. But you got to go to the young people.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be right back, because we're still on air.
Oh, oops. Again.
It's all good.
Spin them little records at the after school joint.
Yeah. You know, it's not like I was scratching or nothing like that. Just made sure Purple Rain got played for the ladies, that's all. Let me get these batteries.
Purple Rain.
Hey, man.
Watch how I run up this money. Watch how I count all these bands. Watch how I come up and kill it, then turn around and I take all of your fans. Took a break, now I'm back at it. Got into a new tax bracket. Different wave, got a new habit. Going up, you can check my status. Watch how I run up this money. Watch how I count all these bands. Watch how I come up and kill it, then turn around and I take all of your fans. Took a break, now I'm back at it. Got into a new tax bracket. Different wave, got a new habit. Going up, you can check my status. New whip so fast and I'm swerving lanes like I'm speed racing. Been sleep so long, I guess you could say I was dream chasing. This is my time, should've been long ago. I was impatient. I'm getting numbers. I'm hot as hell. You could tell by ratings. I'm almost famous. I'm topping the charts. Everything I do, I label it art. This shit is my life. I gave it my heart. I'm taking numbers by the time I depart. Blast off like Jimmy Neutron. Destination is outer space. Put me in the lineup. I bet you I come in first place. I kill it and kill it and kill it again. Ain't gonna play, you know I came to win. This rupture right here is where I begin. I'm gonna make it to the very end. Got labels watching. I am the new prospect. Give me a shoe. I needed a complex. Everybody wearing on my next project. Just hold me up. I got my own contact. Got me some money and watch how I flip it. Got me some diamonds, you see that I'm dripping. Show you how I get up and I go get it. I'm moving silent, you see that I'm different. I need a deal, I need me some millions. Watch how I get it, then turn it to trillions. My life a movie, I hope you are filming. Every beat I touch, you know that I'm killing. Watch how I run up this money. Watch how I count all these bands. Watch how I come up and kill it, then turn around and I take all of your fans. Took a break, now I'm back at it. Got into a new tax bracket. Different wave, got a new habit. Going up, you can check my status. Watch how I run up this money. Watch how I count all these bands. Watch how I come up and kill it, then turn around and I take all of your fans. Took a break, now I'm back at it. Got into a new tax bracket. Different wave, got a new habit. Going up, you can check my status. Run me my money, give me my prop. Try hold me back, but the grind don't not stop. Coming through when I'm taking a tough spot. Tunnel vision and I don't plan to stop. Grinding hard, you can tell I'm focused. Gotta get out, yeah, money the motive. New wave, watch how I'm growing. Different style, yeah, I'm the chosen. You can compare me to none of these artists. I'm moving different, I'm moving the smartest. Creeping on up until I hit my target. Gotta make sure that my flames get larger. One of them rings, so I went about 4. I went and got me some Christian Dior. Got to the mall and I hit every store. I make it part of my everyday chore. See, I run it up on a daily basis, and when I spit, I'm far from basic. Guess you could say I be one of the greatest. Took my time, ain't no debating.
You're now in tune to the hottest internet radio show east side of the Potomac, the 640 Evening Show.
So, Black History Month is every single day for a black person if you're black and you're living in America. And so for Black History Month, I am a new board member at the Sandy Spring Slave Museum in Sandy Spring, Maryland, which is right in between Olney, Maryland, and Ashton, just north of Silver Spring. And tomorrow Saturday, we're having a reenactment. Oh, I'm so sorry. Saturday. We are having, thank you, Terry. We're having a reenactment of Josiah Henson. Josiah Henson, for those who don't know, a lot of you listeners know, is one of the characters that Uncle Tom's Cabin was based on. And Uncle Tom's Cabin, where Josiah Henson was a slave, is actually in Bethesda, Maryland, the richest city in Montgomery County and maybe in the United States, on Old Georgetown Road. The Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission is renovating it, but the Sandy Spring Slave Museum is going to bring Josiah Henson's story to life. He escaped and went to Canada and did a lot of wonderful things. Sandy Spring Slave Museum is also attempting to honor the African American women who were fundamental in helping to secure the women's vote and marched in the 1913 March on Washington for women's suffrage. Delta Sigma Theta, Howard University women were very instrumental in that, and we are seeking to bring that story forward as well. There are other people who are doing the same thing. Ida Jones, who is the university archivist at Morgan State, did a wonderful job. And then I think we need to support each other. See, we need to support each other. Now, we're not living in segregation anymore legally, but we need to support each other while having the duality of living in an integrated society so that we don't have this polarization, because that's what white America is banking on, that we're going to continue to be self-segregating. No,
Absolutely.
We're not going to do that.
Absolutely.
No, we're going to, because this is a whole story, it's our story. We got to support Antoinette's Earth Day,
but Diedra,
your movie.
It sounds good, but they don't support each other.
They is we. Who is they?
We not
Who is
doing that.
they?
We're not
They
doing
is
that.
We. And we are us.
We're not doing
so
that.
we're not going to talk about you and them or I. We're going to talk about we and
We
us.
are not doing that.
It's a mindset that we must change.
How?
Before we get into that, before we get into that,
like that, don't you?
Let's make sure.
That's good stuff.
It's
real.
But we want to
It's
make
biblical.
sure. I wanted to make sure that we did everything, but we can't run over time because they're
Okay.
gonna cut us.
Okay.
But I want to make sure that everybody knew what was going on. What date again is?
Okay, February 8th is Josiah Henson. And then on February 23rd and 24th, we're having Living Museum. Children are going to be the reenactors of local legends in the state of Maryland. And then in March, we are attempting to open a temporary exhibit on women's suffrage. It's called Women's Suffrage in Black and White.
Okay.
Now,
Yes, go ahead.
Antoinette's you got something going on
Yeah,
with the
some
ENF
things
Rangers.
going with the ENF Rangers. Earth Natural Force is what ENF Rangers stands for. And we are a company with a mission to educate youth and urban youth how to respect themselves, the community, and the environment. We're having an Earth Day on April 22nd, Wednesday from 10 to 2 at the UDC Theater of Arts Auditorium, and it's going to be a citywide Earth Day. We're going to have STEM organizations. We're going to have DC Public School students present STEM projects, and we're going to have the ENF Rangers perform. We're going to have live performances. It's going to be a great event, and we also have music because we give our mission through performing music and skits, and that's our youth group. And we have our music out on Spotify, iTunes, and Amazon Music, and we want everyone to purchase it, our music, and to come out on Earth Day and celebrate us at UDC, the Van Ness campus.
It's going to be wonderful.
That sounds like a great opportunity.
It's going to be wonderful. A great opportunity for
April
networking.
22nd, Wednesday.
I'll be there.
Okay, definitely.
And you will be there.
I'll be there.
And
Now-
you will be talking to people about your movie.
Hold on for 1 second. We're the host. Now, shut that. Diedra. Boom, down. Get that off of her. You get a little jealous back here. She fired up. Gotta bring her back a little more, man. Gotta bring her back a little more. Randell, what are you taking care of? In terms of now you've got this movie coming out. This is like your 100th. I love the fact that he does these movies.
Without sponsorship. I don't know how it's done, but it's getting done.
The movie that you're talking about right now is
Night Before Day.
Night Before Day, and I'm reading this right now. It says, go through and overcome the grief, pain, and pressure to reclaim your purpose. Rita A. Wallace Posey.
Yep, that's exactly what that movie was based on.
You always get in contact with interesting people, man.
She got in contact with me.
And they always think that but you're a magnet for it. I just want everybody to know you're a magnet for it.
I was on it.
There's other people out here that want to get in contact with you. I know you can't talk to everybody at once, but you have a talent and you have a skill set that brings people together.
Thank you, my brother.
And that's the reason why I always want you on. I wish we could have you on the show once a month to give inspiration. You know what I'm saying? And also with Antoinette and Diedra, what they're talking about, it's going to continue to be on this show. We're going to try to bring them on once every 4 to 6 weeks because it's so important that we see people doing things on their own like you're doing and supporting certain situations and letting us not forget what's going on.
I truly want to give a shout out to Rita A. Wallace Posey for giving me the opportunity to share her story.
That's something else. So this is actually...
If you haven't gotten a chance to get this book, make sure you get it. Get the book. This is actually what Night Before Day is actually based off.
What's up?
Go through and overcome the grief, pain, and pressure to redeem your purpose. Rita A. Posey.
Can I? I just want to take advantage of this round table right quick while we have all this reparations and things like that going on in here and what happened. Because I'm kind of pissed off right now. I mean, this is what I
heard you get a little fired up about it.
Because this is what I want to know.
She didn't start recording.
See, we got we're the biggest support of independent everything.
That's
that everything that comes through this door,
That is
and
correct.
we always support. We always want to do that. That's our number one thing that we want to do. Us, Robin, 320, everybody. But when you have something, and maybe y'all can answer this question too for me. When you have something that backdoored us, when they spit it in our face during the Martin Luther King days and through the Malcolm X days and all that stuff, and we got history and stuff on that. But when you have this
new wave, new age.
Yeah, this commander in chief that we got like in office right now, that he is is blatantly lies to the American people, that he's a blatant racist, that the things that he do is blatant, and he gets support from everybody, all the powers that be, to say it's okay. This is what we're going to continue to allow you to do. It's okay. You can do it, and it's fair. And you know who the people that's getting the short end of the stick. And how can we, as a people, continue to grow and uplift everybody one another when that stuff is going in there blatantly in our face every day?
Okay, well, you know what I have to say to that?
What?
What is a fight without an opponent?
Brother,
You're supposed to expect that. And the thing about it is, you go inside, and you know, if we just sat back and only got upset about, wait a minute, if we got upset about everything thrown in our way, we would have never accomplished anything at all.
That's true.
But every single time something got thrown in our way, we found a way around it, above it, or below it, and kept right on going. So what is a fight without an opponent? This is something to expect. I'm not surprised at all, because I'm not looking for anybody to save me except for what's inside of me, all right? So working together, you said the question is, how are we supposed to raise each other up? We do it every single day. We do about what you're doing right now.
You got a platform. You got a full-fledged radio show. Information is everything.
Yeah.
That's what we lack.
Everything.
Like, information is everything. You have a full-fledged radio platform to share information that for us as black people that we need.
And the devil is a liar. The devil is nothing but a trickster and a liar. And I know, but it's just a trickster and a liar distract you from your purpose. We're going to read that book about discovering your own purpose. You're going to keep sharing and bringing people to your round table. And and we're going to support and uplift each other and support and uplift ourselves by knowing that most of this stuff is just a mind. Can I curse?
No.
A mind trip anyway.
Yeah, and 640 is right. 640, you're definitely right. That's a great question, because the gap was never closed, and we are living with the legacy of the gap of the economic disparity, the brutality, the rapes, the division, the not being socially integrated, not being economically integrated, and it's a hard struggle. But I think education and getting the word out and using your platform is one of the first steps.
And that's good, and you're absolutely right. But it just seems like we've been doing like that 400, 500, 600, 700 years in the making. And it seems like every time when we seem like we get ready to get out of there, we're making headway, they bring us back down, and we got to always keep starting over from ground zero every single time. It brings us down, but I know I'm saying a lot of times. Sometimes people say we may do it to ourselves. Sometimes we our own biggest enemy. Yeah. But when you got the deck stacked up against you so much, man, so much, and you may let some people might get out of it, they might get a break or whatever like this, and you may think things are going well. They'll roll a basketball out there for us, put something on TV, make us all forget about everything what's going on and everything like that. But it just seemed like we just keep starting over and over again. Gayle King, like the situation that's going on with COVID, what she probably said was bad and terrible. But so what do y'all want to do? You want to get her fired? You want her to lose her job? Nah. You know what I mean? So what we're gonna do? We're gonna throw darts at her. Want her to lose her job? But the dude up there in the White House is so prejudiced, but he can still keep his job.
Secret haters. That's what I call them, secret haters.
Again, folks, what we're looking at is the Gayle King situation came about to throw a curveball to you and give you to look at something different from what was going on earlier today. If anybody watched it or had it on their phone, where our illustrious leader came out and started having a love fest with all the people that he thinks is supporting him.
Mm-hmm. His black people. He's got his black people.
There was not one black face, not one Chicano, not one Latino it wasn't even a light-skinned Brazilian in the mix when I was looking out at it. And I'm going to tell you the truth. I know we're running short on time, Terrell, but I'm going to tell you the truth. What we're up against is fear.
That's it.
Please, amongst ourselves, towards us, attacking us with fear. These people think they won't be here in 10 years. That's crazy. So understand that this it's like an old Western. We lit this fuse, and the fuse went all the way outside. It's like 5,000 feet of just coiled up fuse. That 5,000 feet has been knocked down to less than 1,200 feet. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because his time is running out. Don't think that these people that are hiding in this little cut are not gonna come out and vote against him.
Yeah. See,
Don't think they're not.
Under segregation, we had no other choice but to stick together, support each other. But the thing about it is that we still stick together and support each other. And so, don't get distracted.
Don't be distracted by this
My message
crap.
is just don't get distracted.
Pay attention. It is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be.
And don't fall for the okie doke.
The okie doke has already been employed. And guess what? Now everybody's like, oh, that's the okie doke. Oh, wow.
Wake up.
Now we actually see the okie doke coming through.
Wake
What
it
they
up.
did was they stacked the deck. He was never, we talked about this about 4 weeks ago. He was never going to jail.
Oh,
He
we
was
knew
never
that.
going to be convicted.
We knew
Never
that.
gonna
He
be
was never
impeached.
going to be anything but acquitted of what's going on with people that are his peers.
Right.
He fooled me.
So
'cause
he
I
thinks.
I thought he would. I thought he
No,
would.
I never thought that.
And I was fooled.
But you know what we
I
need
thought
to
my
do
country was going to
collectively?
take care of me. I thought my country was going to do the right thing and
Well,
do what they were supposed
our-
to do.
our
but
country-
Is
but
it our
evidently,
country?
but
Our
evidently,
country, our country is a joke.
Evidently,
When it comes to
they're
us.
not.
So collectively, we need to continue to support each other.
Absolutely.
Continue to uplift ourselves.
Yes, we do. Continue
to share
And
good
we
information.
seriously need to share information with the younger generation. High school kids, college kids. That's how everything gets started with grassroots.
And on that note, I'm going to cut everybody off.
I had to give a shout out to my cast. Shout out to the cast members of Second Chance Redemption, and shout out to the cast members of Night Before Day. I truly, if I ever didn't tell you, I truly appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. And
I'm getting
everybody
on
that's
that
working-
cast, too.
and
I'm hoping that
everybody
y'all
that's
watching us, but
working
anyway.
with me in the future. I truly appreciate.
Yeah.
Randall,
Every single.
thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Man, brother, you always come through for me. I really appreciate you. Check out the new movies that are coming up. Please check out his new projects coming up. Can you name any of the new projects right now? Can you talk
Night
about
Before
them?
Day, Second Chance Redemption, and I have a third one. We're actually going to start writing this Saturday.
Okay.
All I'm gonna say is Rudolph. That's all I need to say.
Okay.
For everybody who I grew up with, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly.
If y'all don't know what Rudolph means, then y'all lived uptown, man.
Yeah.
Y'all
That's
cut
all.
off.
That's
And and it's Valentine's Day, and I got something for the ladies for being on the 640 Evening Show
ladies,
today.
very much.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Kiss.
Yeah, thank y'all for coming on.
Hot chocolate.
Did you get the black one?
Thank you, D.
Yeah, absolutely.
She took the brown skin one. Whoa!
She took my chocolate
That went
one.
right past my
I take the
nose.
light skin one too, though.
It's all good.
So
Black come in every form, every
Yeah,
color.
we have
Every
some
color.
things-
Every shade.
We have some more things coming on this show over the next 2 or 3 weeks. We got some exciting situations. To our panel, if you're in town, if you're over here on this side and you know it's Thursday, come on in, because we're leaving the doors open to the studio for our next 2 shows.
I'm gonna just start doing pop-ups.
Just come on in. Just pop on in.
Yes.
You know, we got a comfortable
Door
studio
open.
here.
Come on in.
Allison
Yeah.
Seymour, thank you so much for hollering at me earlier yesterday. Thank you so much. I hope you're watching the show. If not, I hope you watch on replay. We will talk. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Tell your husband, Mark, I said thank you again.
Everybody take it easy, take it slow. Don't forget I told you so. To the Heavenly Father and my mother above, may we all learn to live in peace and love. I said from the east to the west with a shout, turn those problems over to the Lord, ladies and gentlemen, and he can work it out. I'm DJ 640, that's Big T.
Yeah.
Randell Lawence came in the building
Boom,
today.
sir.
Thank you for help for coming in there with that lovely piece that you did with your movies, man.
Thank you.
Deidre, it's always a pleasure, love.
Always.
Antoinette, thank
Keeping
you.
it real.
Thank you for
Absolutely.
my chocolate.
Yes, indeed.
Our
And like the
reparations
infamous would say, good night, y'all.
Please remember that we stand on the shoulders of those that come before us. So don't forget the ones that matter. So I say to you, thank you, Petey Green, for everything, because without you, this would never be possible. Well, hey, Randall, thanks a lot, Diedra.
Thank you, Robin.
My man Terrell held it down. Thanks, Robin, C-Shine. Hey, we'll be back. We'll be back next week.
Hey, Ty.
My heart's torn in pieces. It's my offering. Take me to the King. Truth is, I'm tired. Options are few. I'm trying to pray, but where are you? I'm all churched out, hurt